Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Tuesday afternoon video. Right here, once again, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, the present, and the future content on my respective channels, including this one. But don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm and beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Saint will pretty much do the same and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go do it on your channel that nobody gives two fucks about. Because they ain't going to do it on mine. Don't like it? Tough shit. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you're pretty much SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you're more out of luck. And that's that. But hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for more. Because if you don't, you're SOL. You know what that means. And if you're brand new here, if you've never seen my channel before, and you're here for the first time, and you want to subscribe, you don't have to, but if you want to, then do it. And when you do, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice tasty cold one. Still got fruit punch here from Powerade. Powerade fruit punch. But sit back, relax, put your stinky feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, that's too bad for you. Deal with it, bitch. And that's it. Alright, guys, I got to run out. I have some errands to run, and I have some other things to do. The videos are going to be coming a little bit sporadically because I got some personal things to take care of, and not gonna be able to do videos here and there. I might be doing them from somewhere else. It's just gonna be an insane week, and with weather, who knows what's gonna happen with the weather? So, just letting you know that I'm getting this video up. I'm gonna try to get another video up later today, with maybe Ring of Honor, maybe Grand Slam. We'll see about that. I've got NXT tonight. Should be a great show. And we'll see what happens with that. But, like I said, the reviews will be coming a little bit sporadically, and I'm going to be pretty much in and out of Casa del Gilmore, so. But, it's a personal matter. I'm not getting into it, because I don't need to. But I will be around. I'm not, like, going to get off YouTube because, you know, of some major problem. I have to go into the hospital or some shit like that, which I don't, but it's a personal thing, so I'm not taking time off. I will be here, but the reviews are going to come sporadically. They might come 5 days later, but we'll see what happens. I'll try to get as much out as I can in the next couple of days. So it's not going to be a long thing, but you know, there's certain things I got to take care of, and you know, as we always say, well, some of us say, life is greater than YouTube. So I'm going to do my life things instead of coming on here and doing YouTube for a while. So, but it's only going to be for maybe today, maybe for a couple of days. Not going to be a big thing, so we have that. Alright, enough about that bullshit. I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what she said. But we have that. Alright, on your Tuesday afternoon, February the 17th, 2026, I'm Peter Joseph, your gracious host. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if you like it, great. You know, too bad. That's it. Alright, on your Tuesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday night Raw review for President's Day, February the 16th, 2026. And wasn't a big show, kind of mid, but there's certain parts that were pretty decent, but we got that. Alright, we are from the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Yep! Scared those people down there. Alright, we're 1 week away from the Elimination Chamber. We got more Elimination Chamber matches on the show. We got one for the men, one for the women. So that would make it 4 apiece for Raw and SmackDown. On SmackDown, we got entrant number 5. And I think next week, we'll have entrant number 6. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know what SmackDown's doing next Friday for the go-home show. If they're going to have like a second chance match or something with the Chamber. Because we already got 4 people in now. SmackDown's going to have 5. Raw should have the final participants. Or we'll see what the card is by Monday night. But we got that. Alright, as always on Monday nights, our commentary team of the legend Michael Cole and Corey Slave. And we move on with that. Alright, so we start off with the Usos, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay. They come out from... Where else would they come out from? The concession stands. And then they go down this, like, stairway. It looked like it would go into the basement. I'm like, where are we going? But then they go down this long stairway into the arena. Kind of feels like the Barclays Center. If you've been there, you know. Or the Madison Square Garden. Because that's not on the ground level. That's like on floor 5 or whatever it is. Because you go down, and I've been to the bowels of Madison Square Garden. It's a long way down. Let's put it that way. But anyway. They come out, yeeting to the crowd. But then the Vision comes out. My name is Paul Heyman. Well, he doesn't say his usual shtick. Logan Paul, that idiot, talks about selling his most valuable Pokemon card in the world Sunday night for $16 million. Like he needs more money. So anyway, he comes out with Paul Heyman, Big Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory, since Braun Breaker is out of commission for the time being with his shoulder injury. I think it was a shoulder. It was his shoulder or his pec. I forget what it was. But he may or may not make it to Mania. So, we'll see what happens with that. Another person that won't make it to Mania is Bianca Belair. She got finger surgery, and she's going to be out for Mania. That sucks for her. And people think she's pregnant. Right. She wouldn't tell us anyway. Yeah, she might, but... I mean, Naomi did. Naomi came out on Raw and said, I'm going to relinquish the title. And everybody's like, no, why? And then she's like, I got a little oos in the oven. And Jimmy forgot to pull out a 2. Hey, maybe you never know. Montez forgot, you know. Montez got big, too. He got bulky big. Not fat big, but he got... He gained a lot... He gained some weight. So, I don't know when we're going to see the Profits again. And who knows when we're going to see Bianca Belair. Maybe way after Mania. Maybe Backlash. Maybe SummerSlam. Not the right time to get hurt. Not the right time. Especially for people like Braun Breaker, who could have been in the Elimination Chamber and maybe won it and faced probably Papucho, but then again, you never know. But he was supposed to face Seth Rollins. That may or may not happen, depending if Seth Rollins can make it to Mania. So Mania's kind of in a flux right now. People getting hurt. The card looks like shit. You know, getting reports that Brock Lesnar's gonna fight Eli Drake at Mania, which sounds retarded. And you only got 2 good matches. At least, well, we know Roman and Punk. That's 1. They're teasing Stephanie and Liv, and then maybe Jade. But then I think the winner of the women's chamber is gonna face Jade. I'm thinking it's gonna be Mommy Rhea Ripley. It might be Tiffy Tiff, but, I mean, that's an outside chance. But I think it's going to be Mommy Rhea Ripley facing Jade at Mania. Maybe beat her, but, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But we'll get to that later. But the Usos come out, then the Vision comes out, Logan Paul insults Memphis, and then Paul Heyman finally gets the mic, asks for some footage from last week, which saw the hooded man, we still don't know who he is, attack Austin Theory, costing the match for the Elimination Chamber, which Eli Drake won. So then Adam Pearce comes out and says, well, we could talk about this in my office. But Austin Theory starts yelling at him like a maniac about how he was supposed to have won this qualifying match. Blah, blah, blah. FAFO, I guess. So Heyman wants Bronson Reed in the chamber. Pearce is like, alright, I'll give you that for next week. And then Eli Drake. That's an insult. That's a fact of life. Yeah. He comes out, gets right to the point, and he's like, I pray to the gods above that Bronson Reed wins this qualifying match so I can kick his ass all over the chamber. Damn. After everything that he put me through. And then Paul Heyman's like, oh, you mean the car that he put you through? Shit. So Eli doesn't want them to leave and asks the Usos if they're interested in a 6-man tag. Obviously they are. They're ready to fight. So we get the 6-man tag. So we didn't even have to call Teddy Long player. You know what I mean? So we got that. Alright, first segment, 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, we get to the match. Wasn't anything right home about. 12-minute match. Joined in progress. Logan Paul's in the corner, so Eli stomps away at him. Kick to the face, or kick to face. Lets Logan get away for a hot tag to Austin Theory, but Jimmy Uso comes in, starts on the arm, then the Usos elbow. Uso elbow, basically. They elbow Theory down for a near fall. Eli comes in, gets taken into the wrong corner. Logan Paul drops an elbow for a near fall. And then they take turns beating the fuck out of Eli. And then Big Bronson Reed has a big running splash, I think, in the corner. We go to break, come back. Bronson hits a backsplash for a near fall. Jimmy had to make the save. Another one. He tries for a third one. Sorry, this time no one in the pool for you, Bronson, you fat fuck. And Jay comes in to clean house. Everything breaks down. Bronson drives Eli through the barricade. Back down! Damn. Ow. And then Logan Paul knocks Jay down for a near fall. Jay comes back with a super kick. And then Jimmy comes in. We get a double super kick. We have almost a super kick party. You know, the Bucks would destroy the Usos. Just saying. Anyway, double super kick on Logan Paul. Gets a near fall as Bronson Reed made the save. And then Bronson Reed hits another big dive. This time to the floor to take out both of the Usos. And a big right hand to Jimmy, who throws him in. Then he goes up top. Hits the tsunami! 1, 2, 3. Poor Jimmy. Shit. Jimmy takes so many pins. It's just sad. Anyway, so Bronson Reed gets the win over Jimmy. Gets the win for the Vision. In a little over 12 minutes. Match-wise, meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Logan Paul goes berserk. And he goes over to the commentary table and starts messing with Michael Cole. Like Corey Slaving gonna do shit. He knocks his headset off, then he puts it on. He's like, oh, you want to talk now? You always talk shit. He's like, right here. And then the hooded man comes out of nowhere. Boom! Stomp on the freaking table, which didn't break. I am the table. And then he just looks around, and everybody's like, what the fuck? And then he finally jumps out, and he runs up the stairs like the last guy did, which we found out was Austin Theory. He turns around. I'm thinking we're going to get the reveal because Paul Heyman's like, come on, bring it to us, come on. Nothing happened. He turned around, looked, that's it. So I think eventually we'll find out who the hooded man is. I still think it's going to be Grayson Waller. People saying Adam Pearce. That could be, but I think the size kind of fits a little bit with Grayson Waller. I mean, if it's Adam Pearce, kind of like, you know. It's not Seth Rollins. It's not Jericho. Stop. Alright, just stop with the Jericho shit. And that's it. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Alright, so we'll see what happens with the Hooded Man. If he shows up on SmackDown, or maybe next week on Raw from Atlanta. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, move on. Alright, then we go to the back. Speaking of Adam Pearce, he's in the back talking to some indie guy. dressed up as a delivery guy. And we see a crate, a big box, big crate, which says, deliver to WWE, do not open until the Elimination Chamber, which is next Saturday, February 28, 2026. And Adam Pearce's name is not on it. So he's like, okay, send it to Nick Aldis. Take it to SmackDown. What's in the box? Take a look inside. Is my dick in a box? No. No. People say it's Jericho. It's going to be Jericho finally coming back. And then doing something at Mania. It makes no sense. Why does he come back? Or what's his program going to be? People say it's Kevin Owens. No. Kevin's not cleared yet. So he can't be the... People say Kevin Owens slimmed down, which he did. And he's the hooded guy. I highly doubt that, because like I said, he is not cleared to wrestle unless we got fooled. But I think it's Grayson Waller, possibly Adam Pearce. It could be somebody new. I don't know. But anyway. Alright, so with that out of the way, Los Americanos! Ludwig Spears, Rayo, and Bravo come in. And then they start looking at the crate and listening to see if anybody's in there. Obviously nobody's in there. Dumbass. Well, Ludwig Spears, not happy with the original Grande Americano, that's Chad Gable, getting an Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week, I believe. So, El Grande Americano, Ludwig Spears wants the Intercontinental title. So, Adam Pearce says, well, you can get a chance at that if you win your match against a mystery opponent. Okay, that works for Ludwig Spears, so we know who the mystery opponent is. I'm like, it'll probably be Oba. Not Oba, obviously. Alright, so that works for everybody, including Pierce. So, it could be a lot of people. I mean, people say it's Jericho. I highly doubt it. I think the size of the box, people saying, Peter, look at the box. I said it was Omos, because the size. Imagine it's Veer, oh god. Veer came, 2 years later. Shit. Nah, I think it's Omos. I don't know who else it could be. It can't be Oba, obviously, because it's, it make no sense. So, it could be Jericho. It could be Kevin Owens, if you think about it. It could be anybody. So we'll have to see next Saturday night when the box gets revealed. When it could be sometime during the show, could be before the show, could be after the show. So we'll see. I mean, the Jericho watch is still on again. I don't care. If he comes back, if it's him, I don't care. I do not care. If he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame as incentive for coming back and having one final match at Mania, that's one thing, but I still think he's going to stay in AEW. He's going to do something in AEW, like commentary or some shit. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, I give that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got a video for the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Bayley, give me a hug, and Natty, MMA Natty, and my first amazingly hot Asian wife, and you know you love her, you can't get enough of her, that's Asuka! Nobody is ready for Asuka! Except my dick. You knew that by now. But anyway, we get that. They're all ready for the match. So we get to the match, which lasted 10 minutes. A little over 10 minutes, I should say. Decent, not great. I was thinking I wouldn't mind anybody in the match. I was hoping Asuka would win, personally. But if Bayley won, that's fine. She's won the Elimination Chamber before. Asuka's won it before in 2023. Natty, I don't think ever won it. So, it would be interesting to have her in it. But, whatever. Alright, so it's also with Natty getting sent to the outside. She came in second. I mean, Asuka came out first. And then Natty came out. Natty goes right after Asuka for no apparent reason. I know it's your gimmick, but you want to get knocked out by Asuka? Oh boy. Shit. Anyway. Alright, so Natty gets sent outside. Bailey with a basement clothesline hits Asuka, comes right, gets right up before the cover, so no count. Back in, Natty strikes with Asuka, kicks her right in the head, ow. And then Bailey sunset bomb into the corner, ow, sends Asuka to the outside. That was nasty. That's nasty. Anyway, Natty catapults Bailey into the ring post, ow. We go to break, come right back. Bailey ties Natty in a tree of woo for the running elbow. Then she pulls Asuka off the top for a near fall. And then all three beat the crap out of each other from their knees. Natty gets sent outside again, leaving Bailey to drop the top rope. Macho Man, oh boy, yeah, Randy never Mevin, ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Randy. Anyway, it was something like that, but anyway. Alright, she gets a near fall on Asuka. Natty gets back in, powerbombs Asuka for a near fall, puts her in the sharpshooter. I was like, uh-oh. But thankfully, Bailey broke that up with a running knee to face. And then, I think she was trying to come off the top, and then got pulled right into the Asuka lock. And I was like, you better tap, and Bailey does what she does best. Tap out. Asuka goes to the chamber. We'll see what happens with that, because next week, we got Kairi, we got Io, forget who else is in that match. I think Raquel? I think it might be Raquel Rodriguez. So, we'll see what happens with that. Can Io get in? Possibly. Kairi? To help Asuka? That could be something. I would love Kairi and Asuka to be in it. But then Kairi doesn't save Asuka, or Kairi pins Asuka by accident. Something's weird's gonna happen. And then the following night on Raw, the March 2nd edition of Raw, we're gonna start planting those seeds for Asuka just going berserk on Kairi. Kairi can't take it anymore. It's like, Asuka, beat the fuck out of her, and then we get Mania. Them going at it at Mania would be, ugh, shit. My dick would explode. Yeah, I wish it was triple threat with Asuka, Kairi, and Io. I doubt that, but it would be something. Where we get that. Alright, so Asuka's in entrant number 4. And we move on. Alright, so after the match was 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, Natty's going to the back. She's pissed because she didn't get in. And then Maxine, dude, she comes out and beats the crap out of Natty, throws her into the set, and then referees and agents have to come out. I mean, so that feud continues on. Not that I give two fucks, but it is what it is. That's that. Alright, after that, we go to Adam Pearce's office. He offers Oba, who, Femi, the Buddha, who, the Destroyer, who, the Bringer of War, who. Also, my lucrative contract to Raw, which has Oba interested. I think he's going to take the Raw off and not SmackDown, but we'll see. So Oba's like, you have a good offer, but I need some time to think about it. So Pierce is like, take all the time you need. So Oba goes to leave, runs into Alexander Rusev. Rusev smashed on a pussy! Yeah! I haven't seen Rusev since the Rumble. And then they just look at each other, stare down. I'm like, ooh. Big, meaty men slapping me. Sign me up. I want to see it. Maybe we can see it next week. We'll see. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get to the segment of the night, well, one of the segments of the night. We get Michael Cole talking to Liv Morgan. And Dominic Guerrero, this is Eddie's son, as we all know. He sits down with his Guerrita, his girlfriend. Even though Michael Cole didn't want him there. So anyway, Liv talks about going to WrestleMania. But then, La Primera, Stephanie Verker comes in, unannounced. And Stephanie starts ranting in Spanish about, I sacrifice everything for this title, this and that. I'm going to beat your ass at Mania. And then Dom replies in Spanish as well. I mean, we really need a translator, and we really need subtitles. Just saying. So basically, Stephanie seems to say that her belt is the one thing that matters the most. And then basically, she got right in Liv's face, and it's like, I'm gonna blah blah blah, you know, in Spanish. And Dom Dom's like trying to calm everything down the best he can. So she leaves. Liv's crying up a storm. I don't blame her, because she got basically owned in Spanish by Stephanie Facour. And Dom really didn't say much. He said like little bits and pieces in Spanish, but so it looks likely. I would say 95% likely we're gonna get Liv Morgan picking Stephanie Facour to at Mania to be, you know, her pick basically. So I think they pretty much planted the seeds. The speeds, boom. That's it. All right, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. Man, Liv took that. I mean, even if she did understand all that, and she was like, she understood all that in Spanish, she didn't even need Dom, she was like, oh, shit. And we move on. Alright, then we got CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion of Raw. He comes out. Apparently, the office is not happy with him right now. Because he's jeopardizing the main event of Mania because he's facing Fiend Balor at the Chamber in his hometown of Chicago. He says sports franchise can qualify for the postseason, but it doesn't mean they can skip regular season games. A few weeks ago, Fiend Balor got a world title shot. He lost in his hometown of Belfast, Northern Ireland. But now he's earned another shot because of bitching and complaining to Adam Pearce, and, you know, Punk being the champion that he is. He's like, alright, I'll give him another shot, why not? So he earned the shot with a beating that's going to come with it. Punk wants to be a fighting champion because he's the best in the world. And then Fiend Balor comes out. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. They're about to fight, but Dominic Guerrero and the returning JD McDumpfuck, they come out. So they kind of surround him, Shield style. Punk knows he's in trouble. He has the mic. He's ready to just like bop, 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 you know. But Balor's like, hey, tranquilo, take it easy, take it easy. No, he didn't say that, but anyway. He says, it's okay, because we're not here for a fight. Finn talks about training with the best wrestlers around the world in Mexico, in Japan, in Ireland, to be the best in the world. He showed up on Raw, his first night, beat Roman. I remember that. When Roman was, you know, shoved down our throats pretty much. So he's the best in the world. He said he beat Roman on his first night, so the best in the world is staring right at you, Punk. At the Elimination Chamber, I'm not jeopardizing the main event at WrestleMania because I'm making it better. Yeah. You want to run it back with Roman, how it ended last time? You're like this close to beating Roman, and then the top rope broke, and you blame Roman for that? Right. You just got beat. Just accept it. Like Randy would say, you may not like it, but you must accept it. Pretty much. Punk talks about Finn being the best in the world, or he used to be the best, and now he has to stand behind Dom and JD. He says, there was no Judgment Day around when I was wrestling around the world because Finn used to mean something, I guess meaning in Japan. Judgment Day is dragging Balor down to their level, and Dom has 2 titles that he never defends. Technically true. And JD McDumpfuck's head is so big he needs help getting in the ring. Ow. And then fans are like, Bob head! Bob head! Fucking marks. And then Punk's like, I'll allow it! Don't ever say that again, Phil. How dare you say that about Mills Insane? That's my guy. So technically, you're stealing my gimmick. I'll let you off slowly with that one, Phil. Next time, you got a Gilmore-sized receipt on your hands, boy. That's that. Alright, so Punk says, I'm gonna go do something stupid, turn my back on you, and then JD McDumpfuck's ready to go, and Finn is like, whoa, 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 whoa! No, we're not doing it now. So, no violence. Punk says Balor doesn't need them to prove himself, so he walks out, throws the mic right at Balor, right in the gut. The gut! And Balor's like, huh? What just happened? So, it would be nice if Finn beat him, and then Roman comes out and is like, oh, I got an easy road to the title now. I got an easier road. I beat you before, I'll smash you again. Then again, Punk will come out the next night on Raw, it's like, hey, Adam Pearce, I want my title shot. I want my rematch. Guess what? He beats him for the third, fourth time that he had that title. So it makes no sense to have Finn win it, then lose it like 2 days later. Just to please him. I want the title! And then Punk comes out like, oh, no, you're going to lose it because Adam Pearce is going to make the match. And then you lose it, and then you get kicked out of Judgment Day. Pretty much. That's what's going to happen. We got that. Alright. Anyway, 3.25 out of 5 stars for all that. Alright, we go to the back. We have their name is Rio, and they dance upon my lap. And when they're done, they go and take a nap. So we have Mommy Rhea Ripley, my brutality. And my third amazingly hot Asian wife. Let's do it, guys. Io Sky. They're both ready for the Elimination Chamber. Ready to keep the women's tag team titles along the way. Was Kathy Kelly's like, oh, you got a tough road to Mania. Duh. So they both want Nia, Jax, and Legend Dick Gun as well. And then the Kabuki Warriors, my first and second amazing hot Asian wives, Asuka, coming off a big win to get into the chamber, and Kylie! Kyrie Sane looking amazing. They come in. Kyrie says it's over because Asuka is in the chamber. And they're going to make sure Rhea and Io, who gets a qualifying match next week, does not win. And Asuka starts yelling at Kyrie about how the two of them aren't ready for the chamber. And then she starts yelling at Kyrie. She's like, what do you mean? And the guy's like, oh, I would help you. I would help you win the chamber. I would help you win the chamber. So Asuka leaves, and Kyrie's like, I know she was sad, and Asuka and Io, poor Io, looking at her sister basically getting tortured by big Auntie Asuka. So Asuka leaves, and Kyrie is there with Rhea Ripley and Io, and she says like, I'm sorry. Look on her face, and then next thing you know, Kylie! You gotta love Kyrie in this whole situation. You gotta love her. She's taking a lot, and I think Mount Kyrie is gonna explode probably after the Elimination Chamber. If not by next week. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Excuse me. Alright, then we got El Grande Americano, Ludwig Spears, taking on his opponent, this guy. Well, it's not Oba, it's Pentagon Zero Miedo. Alright, so two luchadors go at it. That works. Alright, so it's a back and forth match. Rayo and Bravo at ringside, obviously. We got a backstabber. Rocks El Grande Americano, but they close on each other for a double down. We go to break, come back. Ludwig Spears escapes the Pentagon driver, or the Penta driver, grabs a modified camel clutch, fucks him in the ass, and makes him humble. Shiggy baby. He's putting Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch every time up there, you know what I mean? Fuck the Hulk Hogan, baba! Pretty much. Anyway, that gets broken up. Ludwig with a Death Valley driver for a near fall. He goes up top, gets pulled into the Penta driver, ow, for a rather 2.99999999999999999 Batman 5. And a running headbutt connects from near fall. Rayo gets up for a distraction, and then Bravo starts dancey. So he offers the steel plate so he can give it to Ludwig Spears and put it in his mask. But hold on, someone pulls Bravo underneath the ring, and it's Chad Gable, the original El Grande Americano. He comes out from underneath the ring, takes out Rayo and Bravo, and causes a distraction, which leads to a springboard Canadian Destroyer, on Ludwig Spears, and Pentagon gets the win, and he is the #1 contender to Dominic Guerrero's Intercontinental title whenever that match happens. So, decent match. In just under 8 minutes, Pentagon gets the win, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's that. After the match, the Americanos actually show respect, sportsmanship, yay! Pentagon leaves, and Chad Gable, well, actually, take that back. Pentagon and Chad Gable, code of honor. You'll have to see that. Then, Chad Gable and Ludwig beat the crap out of each other, hits another Rolling Chaos Theory suplex. Then he goes for the mask again, and we barely see Ludwig Spears' face, but Rayo and Bravo make the save. So we're still going on with that situation, and eventually we're going to get the match, mask versus mask, in the battle to who is the original Grande Americano. Is it Ludwig Spears, or is it Chad Gable? We know who they are. So the mask versus mask match doesn't really make sense, technically. Then we get that. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Raquel Rodriguez, also take Liv Morgan somewhere to calm her down a bit. Liv's still crying up a storm. She's like, Dom is trying to console her and everything. Feel bad for the chick. And then JD McDumpfuck asks, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What happened out there, Finn?" And Dom is trying to, settle everything down, and they don't give 2 fucks about Dom. Balor and JD McDumpfuck have a humongous debate, not an argument, but a debate about JD helping out. Balor wants to do it on his own, so they both leave, and Dom's like, "What? I got a match coming up." Leaving him out to dry, Dom. "My son needs better friends. Those 2 idiots, they're some pendejos, need to stop messing with my son." I know, Eddie. But Dom's got it covered, okay? Leave him alone. He's got it. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so, too. But we got that. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then it's time for AJ Lee. That ass. She comes out. Talks about last week, she became the #1 contender to the Women's Intercontinental title that the man, Becky Lynch, has. Becky showed her that this is serious business by smashing her face into the ring post last week. AJ hasn't had a singles match in 10 years. I think her last match was at Mania with Paige, right? Could be wrong on that. But anyway. They teamed up. She teamed up with Paige against the Bella Sluts at Mania. I think that was the last Oh, actually, that was a tag match. A singles match, I completely forget. But anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Things look different then. She used to have the Pink Butterfly title. That Hideous Divas title. The fight over, and AJ made that title matter by fighting for it. She said there is a women's division before her and after her, and that is her gift to everyone. She still wants to face the division of today, meaning Io, Mommy Rhea Ripley, Io. I'd love to see her and Io go at it. Or Asuka. But for now, it's just Becky. So AJ says, "I gave her a 10-year head start, and Becky still hasn't caught up yet. But for now, I'm ready to move into WrestleMania with the Women's Intercontinental title, and she's ready to give Becky a beating right here, right now." So here comes Becky the Man, or AJ called her Becky Boo Boo. Becky Boo Boo. No. Honey Boo Boo? No. Becky Boo Boo. Alright, so Becky comes out, laughs at the idea of AJ winning the belt. Says it's more about AJ getting a retirement match that she never deserved. And her real gift was leaving WWE because Becky has spent 10 years making history while AJ's been busy making comic books. Damn, she went there. And so Becky says, after the Elimination Chamber, AJ, you can dictate a new comic book from her full body cast. Damn. About their fight, and maybe that one will sell. AJ offers her the first swing. Said, come on in, you can swing. Come on, I'll give you the first shot. Becky gets in. He's like, no. And then she leaves. She knows the game that AJ's playing. She leaves saying, I'm not going to fight here in Memphis. So I guess the heel heat for that. But still a good segment. 3.25 out of 5 stars out of that. And we go on. Alright, we're in the back. Adam Pearce runs into the Vision, I think, I don't know if it was the locker room or Adam Pearce's office. Anyway, Austin Theory continues to yell at Pearce for not dealing with the Hooded Man. And, him and Logan Paul go to leave, and then we hear Austin Theory it's like, get me out of here already! Like he couldn't get the door open or some shit. So Paul Heyman wants the Masked Man stopped, Adam Pearce is like, yeah, I agree, it's been a problem for me too. And then Big Bronson Reed says, I'm a problem solver, so I'm going to solve the problem for the team and for you. You dig? Pearce like, no problem. I get it. Plot thickens. We'll see what happens with that. 3 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get a video on the Phenomenal One. I wish he wasn't retired, but this guy, AJ Styles. We're going to get an AJ Styles tribute show next week. Okay, I'm good with that in Atlanta, GA, which is kind of near Gainesville, Georgia. So, I'm thinking AJ's going to be the next to go into the Hall of Fame. And I couldn't be happier if it happens. I would be ecstatic. Who inducts him? That's the problem. I would have Cena induct him if Cena doesn't get inducted himself. I mean, you know what I mean. So, I mean, it could be anybody that does that. I have a feeling AJ's gonna come out, because he's gonna be there, most likely. Walter fucks it up. He's gonna fuck it up so bad. I have a feeling Walter's gonna fuck this up. Because he's Walter. But we'll see what happens next week on the program. The AJ Styles Tribute Show, which really should have been the night after the Royal Rumble. But it was not because, yeah, it was in Philly. I don't understand why I couldn't do it in Philly. We're doing it at Atlanta, GA, because it's near AJ's hometown of Gainesville, Georgia. Okay, I get that, but still, I would have done it in Philly the night after. Have a nice tribute show. Have AJ come out, do a proper speech. We didn't even get that after he lost. He didn't wasn't even on the post show. Didn't come out on Raw. I mean, even though Walter trolled us with his theme song. So now, about a few weeks later, almost a month later, we're getting an AJ Styles tribute show. Great job, Hunter. Should have happened weeks ago, but now we're getting it. Next week. Okay, we got that. Moving on. Excuse me. Alright, then we go to your... was this the main event? Yes. Alright, so we go to your main event. We get a hype video from the participants in the qualifying match. Your boy is Bouncy Javon Evans. Gets into the camera. Crazy Tasmanian devil that he is. So Javon is taking on Dominic Guerrero, and Walter. Obviously, Dom's title not on the line. But I think everybody and their mother had Walter to win this. I was hoping for Dom for Eddie's sake. There's a slight chance Javon might get in because he can do some high-flying shit, especially with that OG cutter from last week. Imagine what he can do in the chamber. At the top, not the top, tippy top of the chamber, on top of the pods. I'm feeling if he gets in, he's gonna do something like that. And people are kind of comparing him to Kofi now. Well, Kofi never did something like a superior launch dilly cutter like Javon hit last week. Never saw him do that, but you know, Kofi's always been known to save himself at the Rumble with all the spider shit. I was hoping for Javon to do that. I think he did in the Rumble this year. But anyway. So basically, Walter's beating the crap out of everybody. For most of the match. But he did get knocked down a couple times. Walter's down at the break. Come back. Dom puts the ring bell hammer on the steps. Goes up to 619. But Walter pulled Dom into the sleeper hold. That gets broken up by Javon, who punches Dom into the corner. Then he plants Dom, but has to fight out of another sleeper by Walter. But a Hurricanrana gives him a near fall. And then Walter just drops him with a big clothesline. Powerbomb gets a near fall on Javon. And then Walter just chops the crap out of Dom. And Javon then kicks Dom down. Drops Walter with a running knee to face for a near fall. Then Walter with another sleeper to Javon. That gets broken up. Javon goes for the OG Giddy Kata! Bang! That gets counted into a sleeper. He jumped right into the sleeper hold. Dom thankfully broke that up with a big-time Eddie Galeno frog splash. Perfectly, right, Eddie? That's my son. He does it perfectly, almost like me. I told him everything I know. Okay. We get that. Then he goes for the 619 on Walter, but gets dropped with a clothesline. Then he's outside the ring, and Walter grabs the hammer, and then he throws it down, puts Dom in the sleeper, gets broken up by Javon, and then so then Walter grabbed the hammer again on Dom, who's on the outside of the ring, and then, this guy comes out. Dragon Lee, with a belt shot to the head, puts Walter down. He's pretty much out of the match. Dom hits the 619 to Javon, goes for the frog splash, miss, no one to prove for you, Dom, sorry. And then, after that, Javon hits the OG Giddy Kata! Bang! 1, 2, 3, Javon Evans goes to the chamber. He is entrant number 4. So that chamber is looking pretty damn impressive. Randy, Eli, Javon. I'm missing somebody. I'm probably missing somebody, but... Oh, Cody. So we got that. So it looks like a pretty good thing. So next week, we got Jay Uso in there with Bronson Reed, and I forget who else. So I think Jay might get in next. So we'll see what happens with that. So I think Walter is going to destroy Dragon Lee, probably at the chamber. And then is going to planting the seeds for Rey Mysterio to come back and save his little buddy Dragon Lee. And that leads to Mania, where Walter, we get to Walter, harassing, Ray harassing Walter, and Walter's like, alright, you want a match with me? How about you put your career on the line? And Ray, being an idiot, and pendejo, basically, says, alright, I'll do it. And then Ray goes bye-bye at Mania. That'll make Eddie really happy, we all know that. Dom, too. So, he's already a Hall of Famer, so he's going to retire his final match at Mania. So, man, damn, Mania's going to have a lot of people there, man. That are retired, pretty much. I don't know if Cena will be there if he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame. AJ most likely will be there for the Hall of Fame, along with Stephanie McMahon. Hi, Steph. So he'd be number 2. Cena probably be number 3. And then we're going to get a tag team and probably a manager. Or maybe it'll just be those 3. I don't know. But we haven't had any announcement of another participant in the Hall of Fame yet. It's been Stephanie since pretty much 2-3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago. So I'm thinking we're due because right after the Elimination Chamber, we got like a month and a half, like 6 weeks almost to WrestleMania. So we got to get those announcements done quickly. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so Javon gets the win. Match was pretty decent. 3 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Show fades to black. That's it. Alright, guys, I am out of here. I gotta run and do my errands and some stuff. I'll try to be back later with possible Ring of Honor or Grand Slam review. And then maybe sometime tomorrow we'll do NXT, and maybe tomorrow night we'll do Dynamite, and then Thursday, TNA Ring of Honor for this week, and SmackDown. We'll see what happens with that if I can get the videos in. There might be a big storm coming in, so I may or may not be able to get out of the house, which sucks. But it's. Right now, it's Tuesday. We don't even know what's going to happen between Sunday and a Monday. They're saying maybe a blizzard. Others are saying we're not going to get anything. Depends on the track. It's winter. We still got winter for another month or so. Another 4 weeks. So, I think we're going to get one more big storm. And I think it's going to be this one. And then March is going to be like hit or miss. We'll see. But today is a pretty damn good day to go out. So, I'm going to do that right now. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And that's it. Alright, be back later, hopefully. If not, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.